Have you ever met someone and instantly liked them? Or maybe felt uncomfortable around them for no clear reason? That's a first impression. It happens in just a few seconds, and it can shape how we feel about someone for a long time. In this episode, we'll explore the psychology behind first impressions. Why do we form them so quickly? What affects them? Are they always correct? And how can we use this knowledge to improve our communication and relationships? We'll also talk about how you can make a strong, positive first impression and how to recover if things don't go well the first time. So, whether you're meeting new people at work, school, or just in daily life, this episode will help you understand what's really happening in those first few seconds.
Hi, everyone, and welcome back to English and Chill. I'm Norman.
And I'm Sarah. Thanks for joining us today. We have a very interesting topic: the psychology of first impressions.
Yes, have you ever met someone new and felt like you instantly liked them? Or maybe didn't?
That happens to everyone. First impressions are powerful, but why are they so powerful?
That's exactly what we'll talk about today. What first impressions are, how they are formed, how accurate they are, and how we can use this knowledge in daily life.
Let's dive in.
So let's start with the basics. What is a first impression?
A first impression is the opinion we form when we meet someone for the first time. It usually happens very quickly.
Very quickly. Some research says in less than 7 seconds. Can you believe that?
That's super fast. And often, we don't even realize it's happening. Our brains just decide.
Right. It's automatic. Our brain uses what we see, hear, and feel to create an opinion. That includes someone's clothes, face, voice, body language, even their smell.
Wow, that's a lot of information in just a few seconds.
Yes, and once that impression is formed, it's hard to change.
So why do we even make first impressions? Why is our brain in such a hurry?
Good question. It comes from evolution. In the past, quick decisions were important for survival.
Like knowing if someone is dangerous or safe.
Exactly. We needed to know, can I trust this person or should I run away?
Even today, our brain still uses this fast system. It helps us save time and energy.
But it's not always accurate. We can make mistakes when we judge people too fast.
That's true. Sometimes we think someone is unfriendly just because they are shy.
Let's talk about the science. What happens in the brain when we meet someone?
Scientists say our brain uses two systems. One is fast and emotional, and the other is slow and logical.
The first impression comes from the fast emotional system. It reacts before we think carefully.
We look at a face, a smile, a posture, and quickly guess if someone is kind, smart, or confident.
There's also something called the halo effect. Do you know about that?
Yes, it's when we see one good thing and assume the rest is good too. Like, she's beautiful, so she must be smart.
That's right. It's a common mental shortcut, but it can lead to bias.
The opposite can happen too. If we see one bad thing, we may think everything about the person is bad. That's called the horn effect.
Now let's look at the things that influence first impressions.
Sure, one of the biggest is appearance. Clothes, hairstyle, grooming. People notice these things right away.
Yes, even small things like shoes or glasses can affect how others see us.
Then there's body language. Eye contact, posture, handshake, and facial expressions.
If someone avoids eye contact, we might think they're nervous or hiding something.
Or if someone stands tall and smiles, we might think they're friendly and confident.
Voice is also important. Tone, speed, and volume can all send messages.
A warm, calm voice makes people feel relaxed. A loud or angry voice can do the opposite.
And let's not forget context. Where you meet someone can change the impression. At a job interview, you expect formality. At a party, something more relaxed.
So true. The same person may give a different impression in different situations.
Now, this is an interesting question. Can we trust first impressions?
Sometimes, yes, but not always. Our brains are quick, but not always fair.
Right. We may judge based on stereotypes, past experiences, or emotions that have nothing to do with the person.
For example, if we had a bad day, we might see people more negatively.
Also, cultural differences can affect first impressions. In some cultures, direct eye contact shows respect. In others, it's rude.
So it's important to pause and check. Am I being fair? Or do I need more information?
That's a great habit, because people are more than what we see in the first 10 seconds.
Let's flip the question now. How can we make a good first impression?
That's something we all want, right? Whether it's a job interview, a date, or meeting new friends.
First, let's talk about appearance. You don't need to be rich or fancy, but being clean and neat helps.
Definitely. Wear clothes that match the situation. That shows respect.
Next is body language. Make eye contact, smile, and have good posture.
And don't forget the handshake, or whatever greeting is common in your culture.
Be friendly, but also be yourself. People can tell if you're being fake.
That's true. Also, listen well, ask questions, show interest in the other person.
And avoid distractions like looking at your phone. That gives a bad impression.
Now let's say you didn't give the best first impression. Is it possible to fix it?
Yes, but it takes effort. People remember first impressions, so changing them means showing a pattern of better behavior over time.
Like being kind, reliable, and open. Over time, people may change their minds.
Also, if you realize you made a mistake, you can talk about it. Saying, I was nervous when we first met can help.
That shows honesty and self-awareness. People usually respect that.
We also need to remember that first impressions are different across cultures.
Yes. For example, in some cultures, being quiet shows respect. In others, it might seem unfriendly.
Or smiling a lot. Some cultures see it as friendly, others as strange.
So when meeting people from other countries, we should be open-minded and curious.
Ask questions. Learn what's normal in their culture. Don't assume.
That's a great way to avoid misunderstandings and build better relationships.
Let's not forget the digital world. First impressions also happen online now.
Oh yes, social media profiles, emails, video calls, these can all create impressions before we even speak in person.
For example, your profile photo, your bio, or even your grammar in a message.
Or how you speak in a Zoom meeting, your background, your tone, even your lighting.
So if you're job hunting or networking, pay attention to your online image.
It's part of your personal brand, really.
Let's wrap up with some final tips.
Sure, first remember that first impressions happen fast. Be aware of how you judge others and how others may judge you.
Second, work on your body language, voice, and listening skills. These help you connect with people quickly.
Third, don't stress about being perfect. Be genuine. People appreciate honesty.
And finally, give second chances. First impressions are powerful, but not always right. And finally, give second chances. First impressions are powerful, but not always right.
I agree. I hope our listeners found it helpful too.
If you liked this episode, don't forget to subscribe, share, and leave us a review.
And join us next time on English and Chill, where we explore the mind and how it works in everyday life with useful English. Bye for now.